And I very much appreciate your remarks and Ranking Member Inhofe's remarks in recognizing the importance of the Indo-Pacific region. Our country faces an array of challenges and opportunities in the Indo-Pacific region, and AOR stretching from the west coast of the United States to the western border of India and from the North Pole to Antarctica, covering about half of the Earth's surface. At a time when we are confronting an increasingly aggressive China and looking to deepen our defense ties with allies in the Indo-Pacific, it is imperative we have an experienced leader at Indo-Pacific Command capable of meeting the urgency and sensitivity of the moment. With this in mind, I'd like to introduce and enthusiastically endorse today's nominee and, of course, welcome his family, Admiral John C. Aquilino, to serve as the next commander of the U.S. Indo-Pacific Command. Admiral Aquilino's 37 years of Navy service, highlighted by command of the U.S. Pacific Fleet and the U.S. Naval Forces Central Command, make him well-suited for this new role. Since assuming command of the Navy's Pacific Fleet in 2018, I've seen how the Admiral and his leadership team at PAC Fleet have worked to ensure the readiness of the fleet to protect the security of our nation. From his headquarters at Pearl Harbor, Lung Aquilino, as he is affectionately known to those under his command, has guided the 140,000 sailors and civilians of the Pacific Fleet to meet challenges and opportunities presented. I have to admit, Lung is such an unusual nickname, and I have to ask how he got it. It was coined years ago by his fighter pilot buddies who thought his last name sounded like Aqualung, and with that, the name Lung was born. Lung's message of, quote, deter, assure, compete, and win, end quote, is the right message for Indo-PACOM today. I've gotten to work with Admiral Aquilino during his time in Hawaii and know firsthand he believes in the power of working together to find whole-of-government solutions, the importance of our alliances and partnerships, and the imperative for a well-trained and postured force. I've appreciated the interactions Admiral Aquilino and I have had on issues of importance to Hawaii and the Pacific region, including the strategically vital Red Hill bulk fuel storage facility. In operating the Red Hill facility, the Navy has a critical responsibility to protect Oahu's drinking water and keep the community updated. The Admiral knows the importance of transparent and open community engagement. Admiral Aquilino also has a personal appreciation of the significance of Pearl Harbor Naval Shipyard to our community. The shipyard is our largest industrial employer with thousands of military and civilian workers who support our forces and broader Indo-Pacific region to advance our strategic interests. Admiral Aquilino participated in shipyard visits with Senator Kane, former Senator Perdue, and me over the past 2 years. As evidenced throughout his years of service, Admiral Aquilino has demonstrated a deep understanding of Hawaii's strategic importance to our national security, and he advocates for capabilities and nurtures relationships, to help Hawaii fully realize its role in America's continued access and influence in the Indo-Pacific. If you speak to those who serve in his command, you will find Admiral Aquilino has deep and abiding care for his sailors, civilians, and their families by working to instill an environment of dignity and purpose. This care was evident in Admiral Aquilino's actions after a gunman took the lives of Roldan Augustin and Vincent Kapoy Jr. and seriously injured another man during the horrific shooting at Pearl Harbor Naval Shipyard on December 4th, 2019. Admiral Aquilino paid special care to the families of the victims and the shipyard community during this intense time of grief. A few months ago, he organized a memorial service marking the 1-year anniversary of the tragic event and installed a permanent memorial plaque to honor the lives and service of Mr. Augustin and Mr. Capoy Jr. I am confident that after today's hearing, my colleagues will join me in supporting Admiral Aquilino's nomination to lead Indo-PACOM. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Hirono. Admiral, you are recognized for your opening statement.
Thank you very much, Senator Hirono, for that kind introduction. Congratulations on your selection as the chair of the Sea Power Subcommittee. It has been my pleasure to work with you these past 3 years, and from all the sailors in the Pacific Theater and their families, I'd like to thank you for your constant support. Thank you very much, ma'am.